All right, ladies and gentlemen, guys, we're on our second winery with the Wine Bros, the winning Wine Bros. All right, and today we're here to taste some wine, okay, get a taste of the ambiance. We're at Akash Winery. Now, the name Akash is from a Russian kid, okay, that stepped in a hole, okay, and he said, Akash, my knee. Nah, we're just kidding, y'all. But guess what, guys? We're here to taste some wine. And this one was purchased in 2010, and they opened up the back patio and everything else in 2019. This is one of the newer wineries in Temecula. And Bruno, what are we here to do?
All right, so we're here to kind of check things out, see what the buzz is about, man. So what we hear a lot about this place is that this is where a lot of people come. They host events like yoga on the patio and things like that, and they're known for Taco Tuesdays. Taco Tuesday. So they'll have a vendor that comes out and does Taco Tuesdays, and it's actually been one of my wife's favorites. So I might be biased. Ian, what we got, man?
All right, guys, so this is gonna be a great spot. The outstanding patio, really great outdoor experience. They have beer, so if y'all hate wine, you still got another chance to come out here. Ladies, if you got your husband who's a big burly shit who doesn't want any wine, well, you got a spot to come in here. And then we also have a really beautiful view that's a little bit different than some of the other ones we're talking about. I'm stealing this from Bruno. Is that from here, the view is specifically kind of around this kind of real narrow valley of really great mature vineyards from as far as the eye can see, instead of kind of a more expansive valley. So it's a really great, unique experience here in the wine country.
And one cool thing is that it's off the beaten path, right? So it's not where all the other commercial wineries are at. And then on top of that, this is definitely a place where people have rocks and sticks in their soap. Let's go take some wine.
Rocks and sticks.
Yeah, there we go.
Those are nice glasses.
These are really nice glasses.
So
These are nice glasses.
So like out of all the wineries, the ones that have deepest glasses are
Yeah, I can see that. These are
I'm
great.
telling you, and then like so the
Thanks,
glasses are like really thin, right? And there's I don't know,
Listen,
I can tell the difference, right? I can tell the difference between a glass, like how the wine tastes based off of the glass that I drink it from.
Yeah, that's the
And there is a difference between you drinking like from a thin glass like this and then the other regular glasses.
We like to start with the whites.
With the whites.
Yeah, we're going to taste 2 whites and 2 reds.
2 whites and 2 reds.
Your best, bring the best.
You're going to bring something fun,
Yeah.
and then going to bring something serious.
Okay. All right, I like it. Fun and serious. Let's go.
This is the fun. This is very different. We call this Kuhl Dry White. This is a traditional German-style dry Riesling. So it has the aromatics, it has the mouthfeel, it does not have the sweetness.
Okay.
Let's try it out.
See, it's nice and cold.
Yeah. Very fresh and very way too easy to drink.
All right, there you go.
Way too easy. That's the way I like it.
That was his nickname back in the day.
There you go.
Here we go.
All right, gentlemen, let's see.
Oh, I like the weight of these too.
Yeah, man.
Really
Some
nice.
of these glasses.
I like these glasses a lot.
All right, ready? Let's see. Wait, get the microphone in there. Ready?
All right, here we go.
Ooh, that smells.
Look at him. Can't deep throat right here. Straight for the taste. Couldn't even wait.
Why smell it? Okay, who wants a funny joke? I heard.
Oh man, that's good.
What does?
I mean, like the smell. I mean, just.
No, I can't tell this one on camera.
They can.
What does a nearsighted gynecologist and a puppy have in common? A wet nose.
I don't laugh at jokes like that. Nope, not me. Not at all.
That's disgusting.
Yuck.
Such a high class environment.
What I taste is grapefruit.
Man.
I taste grapefruit. What do you taste?
Oh,
There's definitely. What's the
It's
name of this?
crispy. It's
The
like
Riesling. The Riesling.
This is the
it's
Riesling.
a cool.
Cool. Yeah, the second one, the middle.
Yeah,
middle.
So it's a dry. So what I like, man, is the fact that it's, it's a Riesling, but there's no sweetness. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
there's no. It's
Yeah.
dry, but it's not. It doesn't have that bitter bite aftertaste. We're like, oh, like a lot of dries have.
Yeah,
You know.
like you could have like 1 or 2 glasses. It's not this sick of it.
I could definitely see myself having some type of fish with
Oh, yeah.
this. This will go good with like
Yeah.
a salmon.
Yeah, for sure.
Sebas.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It is dry. I understand.
But it's not super dry.
It doesn't. There's no. I don't taste.
Doesn't
the
linger.
taste.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's no bite. There's no. It's smooth, dry, not sweet.
Definitely something to get you lit.
Oh yeah,
You would definitely get lit off this. This is definitely a ladies' wine for sure.
sleeper.
If it was really cold on a hot day, yeah, good night.
Yeah, that's true. I would agree with that.
You'd overserve yourself by accident.
Yes.
Accident. And
So the red that we for sure have to have. Like, this is the reason why
We cannot pick that because you remember.
No, but this is what it's the good one. It's the one that I can
He has
attest.
to tell us which ones to pick.
Oh man, okay. As
Bruno's
long as he tells us
Bruno
about
trying to
this
get
one.
3 free bottles of wine. Nah, Jack. It has to be his recommendation.
shout out to the owners. They're like the best people ever. Trying to get that. This is the greatest wine ever. Trying to get that case that just walks out the back door. It falls off a truck.
So you know what? So I just want to tell you guys that this winery has the minimalistic feel. When you come in, it's very white and open. Okay, it has an area ambiance with lots of lighting.
Outstanding natural light. You can really tell by the large windows, two-story windows. Actually, they keep the temperature nice in here. And
Is it
for
also-
a big space, it's not loud.
So also a cool thing about this is they got like the little lounge area over here behind us that you guys can see. This is where the live band performs at. So they'll either be over here in this little corner by the barrels, or they'll be outside playing on the patio. So you have 2 areas to where it's a covered patio. It's not a hard covered patio. It's a cloth covered patio. But the cool thing about it is they also have heating lamps outside. So you do have a lot of sitting area to where you can see. This sits in a valley, right? So it doesn't sit on top, but you can actually see the panoramic view of the actual wine grapes.
Yeah, and that's what's different about this place. And it's cool that we came here right after going to Altissimo, right? Because you figure Altissimo, right? Even by the name, Altissimo, right? The altitude and, Altissimo. What's cool about it is that, mountainous terrain, you get to see these crazy views of mountains for days. And then you come here. And because, like Tony said, because it sits in the valley and you look out, it looks like as if it's just flat terrain and it's nothing but vineyards on vineyards on vineyards. And it's crazy because from here, from where we're sitting at, you can't see not one mountain at all.
That's
from
true.
here. And that's what's super cool because it gives you the different vibes and the different feels within Temecula. So you can go, up the road and see mountains, or you can come here and be as if you were sitting somewhere nice and flat and everything else. But
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a great perspective.
yeah.
And one thing that I've
Oh
learned,
God, he was ready. Sorry.
one thing that I've learned about being out here in wine country is that the smaller ones that are less commercial really focus on customer service and wine. The bigger ones that everybody come to, like the ones that have a lot of people coming to, like the more commercialized wines, I think they lack a little bit on the customer service. To me, it's just my personal opinion. When you have a winery and there's not a whole lot of things cannibalizing the taste of the wine and the ambiance, they really do well on the wines.
All right, Cliff, take us away.
All right, so now I'm going to bring you one of our most popular wines that we have on our list. This is now currently on the members only list because we didn't get big production. This is a state-grown Sauvignon Blanc. We have 10 rows out front that's dedicated just to the Sauvignon Blanc. And this year he did something nice, little twist to it. He added a little bit of Semillon, maybe 8% Semillon to it from a local vineyard out here, which really enhanced the aromas, the aromatics on it. You're in for a treat.
So, Cliff, if you could explain, where does a Sauvignon Blanc stand out as its own variety?
It is going to be crisp. It's a very acidic wine, so it's going to be light. It's going to be crisp. On the mature ones, you're going to get stone fruit flavors like peach and pear. The ones that are and the ones that are maybe a little underripe or too early, those are going to be more citrus forward and not as much of the stone fruit. So you want, for a good quality Sauvignon Blanc, I would always look for a little bit of that stone fruit flavoring that's been aged and it's been done properly. This is all stainless steel, not oaked at all, just to keep the natural flavors up there.
Nice. Oh, I could smell it. I could smell the fruit.
And this one airs on the side of the fruity side of it, not the citrusy side.
You're going to get both. You're going to get the stone fruit flavors. You're going to get the aromatics, as you noticed right away.
Yes.
It's very strong in aromatics, and you're going to get some of that. The citrus is going to be at the end. So the stone fruit flavors will come into the middle as you're taking. Your mouth's going to start water from the acidity in it, but it's really well balanced. And so you get that stone fruit carrying through it, and then you get the acidic part or the citrusy at the very end, and it's got a nice long finish. It's very refreshing.
It smells. And Cliff, I want to ask you one thing, okay? If you wanted someone that their first time here, what would be the number one thing that you would tell them about yourself and the winery?
I talk a lot.
Just give us one thing about the winery that you know that is unique to you, that you know that most people miss out on, and then one thing about you, Cliff, working here as a person working at the winery.
Okay, so we are, to your point of a few minutes ago, we are focused on our wines. Our winemaker, he's been with us since 2017, and that is what he does, and that's all he wants to do. And every time we have a new release, he's always inquiring, how are the people responding? And his answer is always, I think I can do better. And every year, they just get more solid and more solid and more solid. So just knowing how the whole process works, and I stay involved in all of that as well, it's just takes us to another level, straight across the board. We've got a huge fan base. We're growing like crazy. When new people come in, I ask them how they found out about us. At least 80% of it is referral. People are sending us people here. So that's huge. And me, I've got kind of a long background, pretty diverse, a lot of classes, a lot of making wine at home, working in vineyards. I've worked in production and commercial, so I got a good handle on all the sorts, and I get to share some of this information with people when they come in, and knowing how it works, it's just fun.
That's really, really cool.
It's fun.
I love that. I love that because you know what, that right there, it's the experience people are after. You know, so it's more than just a wine, right? I mean, like if people just want good wine, they can sit at home, especially like nowadays, right? You can sit at home and you can order the best wines from all over the place, but it's the getting out, it's the customer experience, the one-on-one, right? It's people are here to taste a good wine and have conversation.
Exactly. And it was made right over there. You know, it's from that sunshine on those grapes in this room to this table. You know,
the smell, it pops like
it's very good.
Winning.
I smell it and I'm like, I can't wait to taste it.
Oh man, that's actually a good white. I don't fancy white wines, but this one is actually a pretty good one. I like this one.
Oh man, that's good. Oh, that's good. That is good, my friend.
For a second taste.
Man, that is.
Well, those might be coming home. Hey, you remember?
You remember? They actually got that. They got the whites dialed in, bro.
Yeah.
Like I like the way this tastes.
Yeah, that was really good. They're both really good.
Yeah, I like the way this
You
tastes.
said you remember it, right? You can cut that. Yeah, please.
All right, Cliff, we are ready to go down the red lane.
I'm going to pour you a nice bold blend. Okay, this is not a state. This is local vineyards. Everybody out here sources grapes because nobody can grow enough on their own except for one winery that I know of. So we source grapes, and all the things that we source are from vineyards that we manage or monitor their management on, because our winemaker will not take grapes unless he knows how they've been taken care of on. And so we call that the Dream Go Collection because it's helping make the dream come true. And this is a very bold wine right here. And then I'm going to finish you off with one that's a flagship wine of ours.
Okay. So I'm seeing Dreamville in a couple different places. Is that just relating to this particular wine?
It's no, everything that we source grapes from, that is going to be Dreamville.
Okay.
So everything on your menu, actually, that's listed in the gold is Dreamville. And then the other color is Estate, but there's a couple router right now. There's usually a few more on there.
When you say you source your grapes, so your cabs and your Pinot Noir grape, where do you source them from?
Okay, so you know the valley. You see there's vineyards everywhere.
Yes.
A lot of people own 5 and 10 acre parcels, and they don't want to take care of them. So they will contract with a grower or a winery and plant vineyards in there. So the owner will be responsible for the installation of the vineyards and the water bill, and then the management company will take care of the vines completely. And then every year at harvest, they will pay the owner a predetermined amount of money per ton for what they get. And he's just hoping to get his money back, not make it a profitable business, but he's got somebody taking care of his 5 acres for him.
He has 5 acres that he'd like to grow some grapes for, Akash.
So there you go. Talk to him about an acre.
And I would like 15% of that connection, by the way. I'm going to tell every winery that until we get a deal, Jack.
Okay, this is a very bold wine. This is 75% Syrah and 25% Petite Syrah. So you can see that inky purple color in there. It's going to be fruit forward driven, a long finish. This is a really nice bold wine. It's going to make you want barbecue though.
Want to eat barbecue? Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Let's get to it. Wow. Oh, man. Yeah, that is just a good time altogether.
Yes, that's good, man. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like you drink it and then like it settles, and then like
there's no
slide.
Yeah, a little sparkle to it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like trying to like figure out like, whoa,
Yeah,
what's cracking over here? And then like the taste buds are like, woo, we like it. And then the other taste buds are like, oh, you like it? And then the other taste buds are like, yeah, we like it. Give us some out.
There's no like, sometimes wine will like, I don't know if this is supposed to be a thing, but like it'll like kind of punch you afterward a little bit with that really strong like alcohol flavor, and this one doesn't have it at all. It's like really, really.
Oh man, that's good.
It doesn't taste like booze,
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, it's good.
Look at this thing. So I don't know if the camera will pick it up as you kind of rotate the wine like this. So when you see a lot of people do this, right? One, you're trying to aerate the wine, but then also, right, one of the things that you want to see is see the legs. So as it comes down, you can kind of start seeing the drift, kind of like the drips as it kind of goes through. So that's known as legs for the wine. So they typically start, but smelling it, they'll aerate it, they smell it to see what it is that kind of, comes first. Like, what do you smell first? And you kind of dissect the smell like that. A lot of people will continue to aerate it, and then they'll kind of turn it to the side just to kind of see the consistency, see if there's any, any sediments or just really kind of how it's looking and the color. And then they ultimately go and then they, taste it and swish it around and kind of see what pops off.
And then also the thing that you're supposed to do is actually you're supposed to gargle the wine when you taste it. And then the way that it hits your medulla oblongata is going to tell you or not if it's good or not. All right. Well, you ain't supposed to taste, man. We're supposed to chill.
Look, Jack, you led to the party, man. Jack, like, OFP.
Give it a little tasty taste.
That's good, man.
That goes down like butter.
Yeah, and it's just all flavor.
Yep, that's true. I pick up the same thing. There's no.
This is not ultra wine.
No, for sure. The fundamental difference between some of the wineries that we've been at is that the reds have a bite. This one does not have a bite. I can actually taste everything.
It's toothless.
Right. It doesn't have, it definitely has, a grandma's bite, a gummy bite.
Yes, sir.
That was outstanding. And that was the blend, 67?
Yeah, that was it was 48. So that's the Dreamville blend 48.
What? What? I do like it, but I'm starting, feel my nipples starting to be on.
For every little thing you say, you are in for a treat if it is Cydia. That's it.
Yo, for real though, can you buy me one of those salt blocks? No, I'll take care of it. Yeah. So that's the new reason. So I don't get in trouble, since like I don't like coming to the wineries, and my wife loves to come to the wineries. Basically, I have a bottle tax when I get through the door to make sure I don't get any sass.
Yeah.
All right. So first thing is, like, although this sounds like a super minor thing, I'm gonna give the glassware a shout out, because they picked a really fantastic, quality glass. Like, and it sounds stupid, but I think it does make a difference, right? The whole experience is nice, really, the long stem, nice, real thin glass, and a real wide, just a wide, what do you want to call it? Like the glass, right? The actual receptacle. So it lets you get your snoot in there, get a good sniff, and all things about this glass are actually, it sounds silly, but I enjoyed it. It's kind of enhanced the part of the experience.
I'm going to tell you one thing that I like, that I noticed, okay? So one thing that being a Marine Corps drill instructor is that the attention to detail is very, very important when you're actually doing any type of, and one thing about the ambiance of this place is that it has a very good feeling, right? It feels open, but it's it's modern. This is definitely a modern winery, but if you go to any of the majority of the wineries out here, the little things like the glass, right? Because, they spend money on these, people break them and everything else, right? You get the nice big glass, right? Get to taste some really good wine. And then also making sure that the person who's actually pouring the wine is able to thoroughly and attention to detail oriented person that will be able to explain what's in the wine. I think that's critical, right? So right when we came in, the communication with the actual staff that's here pouring the wine, and he's able to maintain a pretty good attention to all of the people that are here. Because right now you can't see, but there's about 8 people that are here, and that I've been noticing that every person gets a little bit of attention, and he has a good flow. So I can tell he's been doing it for a minute.
And it's a Wednesday, so it's the middle of the week. You know what I mean? So when you look at the different places and how busy it is, or the lack of busyness, right? I think kind of speaks volume to the vibe, the feel, the wine, and everything else, right? So what's really, really cool about this place, like Tony said, it's nice and open. And it feels warmer, and it's modern. So what's great about this thing, right, with us going from place to place, is for us to be able to capture the different things that, Temecula has to offer. So you can go and you can get the classic, traditional, old school winery vibe, like from, the winery that we just came from, to some of the other ones, like this one, where it's modern, it's new, so you kind of get something different than just the regular traditional stuff.
And one more thing I want to add, sounds like another minor detail, but something I personally am always paying attention to. It's not loud in here, because that's something I really kind of dislike when I get to some place where, like, you could have, it's not like, it can be loud with a conversation level, but it's not like echoey, and the acoustics of a particular place makes a difference. And here you can tell, like, that's what these big squares are, the big acoustic panels, because this place is so open, and tall ceilings and everything like that. It really helps to kind of create a more enjoyable atmosphere, and that's one thing I like about it a lot.
It actually subdues the trap music that they play here.
Yeah.
Significant. Wayne, Jeezy, yeah. Yes. Also, Marines, if you like to make a toast to 1775, you can drink beer, the bubbly. For those of you who are not wine connoisseurs, they do have a balance to where you're able to get some beer. One thing that I also want to note is that they do not have food today, right? So we're going to have to come back here when they do have food, so we'll be able to rate the food as well.
All right, so now Cliff is going to bring us in for a landing on...
You can step over here. Let's step over here.
Okay, so this is a flagship wine. This is called Three's Company.
See, look at this guy, man. He knew.
He's had this before.
He's like, I said, this is what we did. Okay, so to be fair, okay, one thing that I said is that we cannot be biased. If we have memberships at wineries, we can't recommend the wine. You have to recommend it. But he's all happy because you recommended the. I think he maybe he might have called.
Oh, he was.
I think he called y'all.
He was sending.
I actually think he might have sent a text message to Cliff and said, "Hey man, make sure Three's Company is on the list."
He can pay me later.
My tip jar is right.
Okay, flagship wine. Known for this one, helped get us on the map. It's a blend of our 3 major varietals grown here on the property. It's Zinfandel, Petit Syrah, and Cabernet Sauvignon. You want my fun description?
Like if I would be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, send it.
Okay.
Full send.
My disclaimer is that it's mostly true. So as you're sipping it and drinking it, you're going to get some pepper tones. That's going to be from the Zinfandel. You're going to get a little spice from it, and that's going to be from the Petit Syrah, and maybe a touch of herbaceousness from the Cabernet Sauvignon. Tied all together, this is an amazing wine. And if you don't like it, well, you're wrong.
I like that. Now I do have one more question for you, and the quick question that I have is that do you all distribute? Is this just a local wine, or are you distributing to the local?
Everything is right here off-site.
Okay, so you can't. So they don't distribute to like the grocery stores or nothing like that.
No
You can only
stores.
get it here.
No stores anywhere. It's all right here.
Okay, cool.
No wholesale.
No. There may be a couple of restaurants that we may have something in, but just very few. Mostly it's.
All right, here we go. Bro, I did not waste that I put the brown. I don't know why. I did not notice that I did that. Put the glass down. Now I'm trying not to do it, but it's habit. As far as fallen Marines.
It's very Polish. Days of the Three's Company, writing
El Espíritu Santo.
the Three's Company is the best whiny. Blasphemy is palatable. Father Christian hates you.
Man.
No, that is just classy all around. Yeah. That was just really, really well. It's just well-rounded. There's no little, there's no sharp edges to it or nothing.
Man, I don't know how I'm going to give this one up. Oh, no.
She's.
That's good.
Let me tell you something, okay? The Three's Company, it might be one of the best wines that I have tasted today. Okay?
This is the first place. It's the only place we came to today.
That rear.
No, it says Santa's here giving this one. No. Just taste it. You got to try it. Like it's real. It's fantastic.
I wanted to try it.
That's outstanding.
Okay. So let's go over to the seats and get.
And like I don't know, like I know it's corny to y'all, but like mention the fact that they let dogs come in here too.
And one of the best. Sure.
I know you guys think
You and these damn dogs, man.
You guys want to use that as like bullshit against me, but like it's something that that a lot of people want to say that they don't want to leave the dogs at home all day. This is one of the places where you can bring your pets if they're well behaved. Don't bring Cujo out here.
And here's one of
the kids.
Here's one of the cool things, guys. You'll be able to sit outside. If you can see, there's a lot of open seating. And then they also have heating lamps, so when it gets cold out here, since you're in the valley, you do get a little bit of wind, but they do have the cloth oversight, and then outside you will be able to see the lighting that Bruno said months ago that he was going to help me put up outside. He already got his backyard all lit up, all litty. Right, and I'm all in the dark eating and stuff like that, but it's all good though. This is supposed to be my homie, my best friend, my brother. Okay, and
That's bullshit.
oh, okay. gonna help me put my lighting, and I'm outside eating in the dark when his estate is all lit up. You know, it's all good though. I know that
White wine, level book.
I know that me and will be bringing his dog here, Lassie. All right, winning wine tasting brothers. Okay, let's get the reviews. Okay, so brother Ian. Okay, ambiance. What you got?
Ambiance. Okay, I'm gonna go 4.5 for sure. This place, so the grounds are really well landscaped. They have really high-end shade coverings everywhere. Great astroturf, positioned really nice to give you a good view of the entirety of the area. Lots of great opportunity to see different wineries around the area. It's kind of a private view in a small valley. The tasting room is got this really nice tall ceiling, airy feel to it, but it's not loud or noisy or harsh by any means. So total vibe, it gives you a very comfortable feeling. Like you don't feel like you have to be super dressed up, and you could if you wanted to. And you could lounge, or you can kind of sit at the bar and kind of have a nice, more of a kind of an elegant situation to it. So all around, great place to come to, and I really enjoyed it.
All right, for the ambiance, I'm gonna give it a 4.6. Okay, here's what I liked about the place. It is very modern. Okay, I do like they have stained concrete that's in here, and then also I do like the farm lights outside and the covered patio on the back area with the cloth. I just like the furniture in here, and I also like the little taste and the attention to detail with the gold tables, and then also the bar is squared, so when people come in, there's plenty of space for people to taste wine. In addition to that, when we were coming up to the place, I just like the cypress trees leading up to the open space. I'll tell you one thing that is a challenge, and the reason why I gave it a 4.6 is that I, Anthony Glenn, do not like parking in dirt. Okay, so coming up to the spot, I do like that it's paved, but in the parking space, when there's a lot of people here, you have to park in the dirt, and that's one thing that that's a challenge. But outside of that, I do like the modern feel. And everything else, and I do like the staff. The staff was hilarious, okay, and that's why I erred on the other side of going between a 4 and a 5.
Okay. So for the feel and the ambiance, so being that I frequent here, man, it's one of those where it's hard for me not to be biased, just because I know what this place kind of has to offer, because I come here so often. So I give it a 5 for the ambiance, just because it's like Ian said, it can be a classy gig, or it could be something relaxing. I've written many offers from some of these tables out here, and I really enjoy being here. Right, I like being able to sit out here, looking out, and kind of, being able to pull away from what we see all the time driving through Temecula wine country. So it gives me kind of like an escape when I'm trying to find something off the beaten path and just relax, right? So it's a place that it can get packed, and even when it's really busy, it's never at the point where you're just like, oh man, this is a great place, but I kind of want to get out of here because it feels crowded, So everything is kind of spread out, the chairs, I brought my family here, like the kids. So back here, they have, like a cornhole board and stuff like that. So it gives, people that have kids an opportunity for you to come somewhere where you're not worried about the kids just running around and, doing crazy stuff, because you can park them in one central location. You give them some little bean bags and they toss it around, and now you know that that's where they are. So as a parent, I could really appreciate that. So the ambiance, I give it a 5. And then I'll just go ahead and just jump right into the customer service, and then we'll kind of swing back, right? One of the reasons on why I give it a 5 is because of the customer service, right? So the customer service in itself amplifies the ambiance, so again, it's hard for me to not be biased, because I know some of the people that work here, I know how friendly they are, and I know how welcoming it feels to be here. So that's what kind of attributes to, my 5s across the board.
So customer service, I'm going to give it a 4.8. And the reason why I gave it a 4.8 is because Cliff was extremely friendly. He was funny. And I really liked the way he was very entertaining. He knew a lot about the wines and everything else. And the only thing that I would say that the only reason why they did not err on the side of 5 is because it's only one person, right? So I feel like if there was a reception here, greeting people, and then they led to the space, that they would get that. But I know that it's off brand, so I couldn't really hit, ding them for being any lower. But I do like Cliff was amazing. Okay, he was very attentive. And then he knew a lot about one thing I did. I threw him a curveball and I asked him a question that was unorthodox, and he was able to spit it out. So, if I was going to give it Cliff a score, I would give him a 5. But I'm going to err on the side of a 4.8 because it's only one person here. If it was 2 people, I think that it would definitely err on the side of a 5. All
right, cool. So Tony made a great point, and unfortunately, so on the side of the actual experience we had with the staff here, it was outstanding. They were knowledgeable, they were helpful, they gave us their personal opinion, which I really enjoyed. And not to mention, they were very, very competent in the products and the process and the facility and the history of the company. So altogether, did a fantastic job. And that was a great point that Tony made, so I'm going to have to probably cover down on what Tony's opinion of being slightly under perfect, just due to the fact that when there was a slight surge in volume, there was a bit of a wait period for our time to get in there. But that happens, and it's not a critical element, but it was present no matter what. But a fantastic 4.9.
Okay, so let's hit the wines.
Yeah, so move along here with you. Go to the wines. Okay, so I'm gonna kick it right into the wines. We tried 2 whites and 2 reds. So outstanding wine across the board, 4.9s again. Like, I don't know where they could go from there, but obviously there's always something you could do, right? The 2 different whites we had, one was on the drier side, the Reserve Sauvignon Blanc. I'm gonna try to hustle away to try to get one of those because it's private, I guess. That you only, if you get a member, you can get that. But crisp, like beautiful flavor, tasted really great cold, had a great smell to it. The whole experience was really outstanding. The reds were great across the board, without a doubt. They covered, they didn't have like that really snappy, hot alcohol flavor that some wines can get. They had a great kind of body to it, and there was they kind of covered down on each of the different sides of the reds. One was kind of a little bit more of a heavier red, and the other one had a little bit more of a lighter feel, but none of them had that boozy flavor at all. So outstanding wines, 4.9.
Fantastic. And then I'm gonna echo what Ian said. I'm gonna give the across the board, I'm gonna give the reds and the whites a 4.8. Here's why. Okay, so number one, I don't favor whites that much, but this winery, the one thing that's unique in nature about this one is they have balance. The reds and the whites were outstanding. Okay, so I really like the whites. The whites didn't have a huge aftertaste. I can actually see myself, with a nice, sea bass from Alaska. Okay, I don't even know if sea bass comes from Alaska, but I can see myself eating sea bass, or any type of fish with the white wine. The white wine was done very, very well. It had a very good, it was very nasal forward. And then also after tasting it, I was able to taste all of the flavors in the wine. And you could tell that the attention to detail was there with the whites. For the reds, okay, the first red that I taste was cool, but the Threes Company was a very good balanced wine, and I'm a blend favor. So overall, I give it a 4.8.
Okay. So for me, I do 4.8 for the whites, and really it's just because I'm not too big into whites, but I can definitely appreciate this one, right? It's everything that is right about the whites is what stood out to me for this one. And then as far as for the reds, I'm obviously biased, but it's the Threes Company, the Dreamville Blend 48. It's smooth, it's smooth, and the Threes Company is what completely throws me over the top. So give it a 5 for the reds, 4.8 for the whites. But overall, right, I'll just say that the experience in general, from the wines to the customer service to the feel and everything about this place, man, is phenomenal, right? So when people ask me about places to go and wineries for them to experience, I always throw Akash in the mix just because it has something a little bit different than what you get from the traditional winery. It's a newer vibe, a newer feel, more open. And then what's cool too about this place is that even though they don't have food that they serve themselves, they do have these food trucks that come through. So this place, what's really, really known, what it's really known for is on Tuesdays, them having Taco Tuesdays. So there's a place, I think it's called Brew Boys. Sometimes they'll have another one that the tacos and the queso tacos are off the easy.
Okay. And then now I do have a question for all of you gentlemen. Okay. So if I was going to ask you, Bruno, what's the first word that comes to mind that explains Akash? What would it be? I'll tell you what mine is. Mine would be a vibe. What would yours be?
It would be a vibe. Yeah.
Peaceful.
Okay. All right. So we got two vibes and then one peaceful. It's definitely a vibe.
Or peaceful vibes.
Yes. So for sure, if you guys are looking to come here and then have the 360 of entertainment with a good customer service and the ambiance of the place, and then have enough seating for someone. One thing that I see that a lot of wineries miss out on is the wine glasses that we were discussing earlier, and then also the vibe of the area. So there's a lot of seating in here, inside and outside. And typically when you come here, you'll see people sitting outside. And then our media staff, and I want to give a special shout out to Alexis and Anthony. That's our media staff behind the camera. They don't get enough love. But if you see the camera shaking, that's because Anthony was deep throating wine earlier. Okay, but I will say this: if you guys are interested in seeing the outside, you're gonna see some clips so you can get a good panoramic view of the location. All right. Okay.
I'm gonna hit it, man. I'm trying to
Kick it,
B-roll.
kick it.
All right, guys. So we just finished here at Akash, right? We're along the trail of Taste of Temecula, and as we go from winery to winery to winery, you guys are going to be able to get from us firsthand our experience, what we think is good, the bad, the ugly, but ultimately give you an idea of where it is that you can tap into and where you're going to visit once you come out to Temecula. Make sure you guys are hitting the follow button right there, right? Hit the subscribe, and then stay up to date as we drop more episodes. If you want more, you got to be able to follow us, man.
And it's also, make sure you leave your comments below. Here's a question. What is your favorite winery? Taste of Temecula. We're going to be back for the next winery. Stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe and share.
Everybody, we're here to give you our own personal take on every single winery in Temecula. We're so glad that you came here to experience the wineries with us. Thank you very much for participating. Hit subscribe and make sure that you follow us across the different platforms. We are here with the Winning Real Estate Group, but not to mention we're also
That beard makes it hard to speak the words.
can